Well guys, this is not a video I ever wanted to make. It is the day before our house is scheduled to be moved. It is about 3:45 in the afternoon. Just got off the phone call with our mover, and long story short, Tennessee denied our moving permit for the house. So pretty much what the deal is we had to get a super wide permit to move our home, because even though the house itself is 14 feet wide, we added that new roof over with overhangs, which is all nice, sweet, and pretty, but it measures out to be 17 feet wide total, like point to point. North Carolina was cool with that, and they said, hey, just pay extra, we'll give you a super wide permit, you're good to go. However, Tennessee has a law where they don't allow mobile homes wider than 16 feet to be moved or set in the state. They don't even allow them to transport it through it. That does not matter if it's the house width or the roof line width. It is a hard line in the sand, and was the reason they denied our moving permit. So basically, I've got to hit the road and see if we are able to somehow get to 16 feet dead on our width of the roof so that we can move our house. If we don't, we've got some big issues ahead. I'm hoping that I have enough leeway with the roof overhang where the metal hangs over the drip edge that we'll be able to just to trim it and we'll be good. But honestly, I don't know until we get there. So let's hit the road. All right, this is after the fact, but I'll go ahead and recap and relive the whole situation with you guys to kind of explain what it was that happened, how we addressed it, and in the end, how it got fixed. So when I showed up at the house, Angela's dad, Angela's brother, and Angela's cousin were all there, ready to rock and roll. Apparently she had called them just to give the news of, well, our roof's too wide. Sam's on his way out there to see if he can figure out what to do to fix it. At that point, they were like, hey, we'll get some tools together and we'll go see if we can help. So when I showed up, they already had their ladders out and they already had a game plan together. The goal was to measure first the total width of the roof right outside of the drip edge that's underneath the metal roof panels, and see if that was 16 feet or less. Thankfully, it was. It was about 2 inches narrower than 16 feet wide. So at that point, all we had to really do was make a mark on both ends of the house, strike a chalk line from point to point, and then follow that line and saw the roof panels off. Move it over. Right on top. All right. With that far too, I better string this thing a little bit. The middle of the slide. Good. All right, moving over. Little slide, right there. What are you taking pictures for? I gotta turn a little bit. Just a hair slide. Good.
like an acrobat. You're literally a 1/4 inch off of it. I'm gonna give you the chop box, the dummy, and I'm gonna take the other end, head that way.
All right. As you guys can see, we have got some cavalry out here. We got Austin, Angela's brother, Chuck, Angela's dad, and Terry, Chuck's cousin. Right, cousin? Angela's cousin?
My cousin.
Somebody's cousin. He's my cousin, might as well.
Hold on, Liz, right there. Hold me. All right, now turn it around, hold it.
Hold it tight.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you out. He ain't got it tight. Right there, hold on, Austin. All right, right there. Yeah, just somebody. A little bit.
Little slack.
Good. Conquer! Make sure when you're tied off, you got your uncle that don't like you holding you. I love you, Terry. Where's it like a little piece at?
What are you turning up over?
Full!
Yeah.
Ends of the house, strike a chalk line from point to point, and then follow that line and saw the roof panels off. Now that's a lot easier said than done, although from the videos and given really this only took 2.5 hours total, it was a lot easier than I was ever afraid it was going to be too. No doubt that is in large part to Terry. He had the skills, he had the know-how, the gumption, and most importantly, the tool to get that job done super fast. He had a DeWalt cordless 60-volt concrete saw but it had a diamond blade in it, which allowed it to cut through metal like hot knife through a butter. It made quick work of just sawing right along. Probably the worst part of the job is the fact that it was on a roof. That's probably the worst part of any roof job, right? Yeah. I was ready to jump in and do whatever I could to help because they were all there as a huge favor to Angela and I. Ended up being I was just there as a spotter, but I was on the roof the entire time to help in any way possible. I tried to not just be a bystander because they were all there doing us a huge favor, and hopefully was helpful, although I don't feel like I was, but I tried to be. In the end, I can't really ask for that to have gone better than it did. The goal was, oh my gosh, we've got a dilemma. We've got a terrible disaster scenario. Can we fix it? Once we figured out it could be fixed, then the job was just to fix it. And also try not to destroy the roof too bad. As I drove out there, honestly, my game plan was, well, I've got a Sawzall, I have a jigsaw, and metal blades. I guess I'm just going to use a Sawzall to do the roof. I don't know. I'm just trying to get it fixed to get the house moved over to our property. But thankfully, better guys and better tools were already there, waiting, working, and ready to rock and roll. So again, what a huge blessing to have the family close by and the friends and just people willing to literally drop anything they were doing on a Sunday evening, drive out and help us out. It's awesome. Really, really, really cool. We did hit the drip edge a little bit here and there as we trimmed the roof, but that's okay. The name of the game was to get the roof legal width-wise so we can haul the house to Tennessee. Anything that needs to be fixed can easily be fixed once the house is over there. So I will be having to do the drip edge again, probably some of the gable trim, maybe. I don't know. We'll look at it and see. But either way, the goal was accomplished in record time, and everyone was safe, happy, and yeah, I can't complain. Alright guys, welcome to Sam's workshop slash home office slash storage laundry palooza. So we're in the building that I built originally for my workshop, but right now it is just an absolute catch-all. I wanted to come back to you guys. This video is not over. Our story is not over. And let me fill you in with what's happened, I think, over the past 5 days. So, the last clip you guys saw was me out there at the house, cut the roof, and wow, that was an absolute, like, spur of the moment, go, stressful thing, get it done, yay! Well, next day we found out that the permit wouldn't come back from the state until Thursday. So that was like 4 days down the road. So after that, then we had to look and see what kind of schedule we had lined up with our mobile home mover, what they had already got booked and planned and committed to, and basically pushed our house move out another week and a half. Realistic date-wise, we're talking about Sunday, March 27th is when I went and cut the roof off the house. The following Monday, March 28th, is when we found out that the permit wouldn't happen until an estimated day of March 31st. So here it is, Friday the 1st, April Fool's Day, and here in my workshop home office, and at least wanted to give you guys a heads up to let you know that our anticipated move date, I won't even say it's the move date, but the next one we are counting on is Wednesday, April 6th. So hopefully things work out. Hopefully the weather is cooperative and no other surprises happen, and we can actually finally move the mobile home here to our property, and then we can begin doing all the other work of calling our septic installer, getting them lined up, get them out, install our septic system, trench for the water lines, find or line up the person who we want to do a concrete block for the foundation of the house to give us a quote to see if we can afford it, to then do it. Or if we go back to North Carolina and we just gather up all of the white insulated underpinning we had there, just haul it over and redo it. We don't want to do that, but if we can't afford the block, we will do that. So yes, it has been a frustrating experience. It is not any one person's fault. It's just the way things go. When you're trying to do something as complicated and in-depth as moving a mobile home from one state to another, when that mobile home has a non-factory roof put on top of it, and you're trying to work around weather and rain when it's early spring, it's just the way it goes. That's going to be it for now. I just wanted to come in here before this video ended to give you an update, because I know a lot of people are very curious. A lot of people are really excited, want to know when the move date was. Probably figure we've already moved into our house now. Okay, it'd be in April 1st. And just to let you know that as much as we planned and thought and assumed and we're ready, it hasn't happened yet. We're still 5 days away. So as always, we appreciate you guys watching. If you got any questions or comments about this, leave us a comment below and we'll try our best to answer it. Otherwise, take care, and we'll see you guys next time on the homestead.